I feel like if Victor gets far enough ahead, a Lulu will not save you and will not allow you to play that backwards and forwards that you need before the Sivir can shred through a fight, before the Tristana gets a big bomb off.
Gonna wait, and maybe we'll see the Ashe come out. For now, we are seeing Los Ratones rotate over to this Cloud Dragon. They'll be taking it uncontested on Vision, mind you. But there will be no counter. Exactly. Baus wants it by the look of it. He's aggressive moving forward, and Afroboy not with that much health to play with. Baus is not deterred. We see the grub spawning right now, so AV can't get onto it straight away, but now has the flashless Cho'Gath stayed a bit too long? I dare say he maybe has. And AV should be able to clean this one up. Baus really, really wanted this, and they were happy to give it to him.
I mean, First Blood going to Afroboy as well. Viego getting started is very nice for him, but this only was the beginning of the Cho'Gath scaling. He's back with the Symbiotic Souls, his build has hardened, and he has given enough time for Velia to collect the Drake and go back into that pit and try and fight.
They're engaging onto the Victor, but flashing away does the Maokai, already dropping so low. AV should have full control of this grub camp.
Velia still has his ultimates, that's a huge space creator, and they realize that they're out manned as well, with Baus making the move towards the mid lane. They might look for a play here.
Rotation flashing in, there's the silence, but they don't quite get the CC down, and Cho'Gath takes a whole lot of damage. Even the Lulu ultimate barely keeps him alive, but it won't for long. First kill to Relative, another traded back. Los Ratones get their first kill on the board as they hunt for a little bit more. Velia's diving deep, flashing out, Nemesis is in, Nemesis is out, the tower shots are too big, and the feat of warfare is AV's.
Oh, that was so close. I'm not sure it's both. You're losing plates in the mid tower, you're losing the second trio of grabs, and that's another feat collected for Los Ratones, or at least they don't give you that feat. So with their second Drake collected, they're one-upping you on that.
Has at least been denied 2 grubs picked up for Los Ratones.
Crowny flashed in to get that first kill onto Tokimo, so you saw that, hey, we don't have another fight coming on in for the next 4-5 minutes, I'm just going in, I don't really care. Now I won the goal, and he's at the top of the game, very, very close to his first item, support item completed. Baus, he's in trouble.
Yeah, he certainly is. That's an on me, confirmed. 3 members in the bot side, and there we go. Tokimo actually taking that one away. Never even got to melee range, but still managed to steal a kill, so there's a small compensation for Ratones in the end.
Suddenly, you're making that on me way, way more worth for Baus, because, hey, you used 3 ultimates actually to collect a single Cho'Gath who doesn't even give full gold value right now.
Against the tough opponent here, but they've got a good early game put together as Nemesis needs to back away. Second turret of the game, falling for Los Ratones.
Their zone control, just in order for them to be able to take back some vision.
Found Baus once again, but this time the Ratones are rotating in quickly, and Baus should be able to survive. In comes the Maokai ultimate, multiple roots coming down, and there's the counter kill. Baus with the execution. Los Ratones, they know that you can't resist him down there in the side lane, and they came through to help.
It's not interact with the map at all. Do they care about the next Drakes? Yes, they would really much like the soul, but if they are in dire straits, they can leave the next 3 Drakes to just go to Eevee, especially with those slight deep vision that we see in the enemy red buff, in the enemy cracks. You can check where Velia is and then decide, do I really want to collapse into Baus or Nemesis or whoever is in the side lane, or do I just need to try and out-rotate Los Ratones once again?
Withdraw the extra GA effect on the table if they can pick this one up. Baus looking for a little play onto the Sion. Nemesis maybe wants a piece of the action, jumps right in. Now let's see how the footwork goes for Sion. Out comes the ultimate, straight into the base. Gonna go and clear the wave with it, or not. Gonna just go for full time wasting, perhaps.
No, you're clearing the wave, then you're chilling, you're seeing if the enemy team tries to contest, you can get one more wave here and then play.
Oh, we're doing Atacant. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're doing Atacant, and nobody can stop them. So the Sion effectively magnetizing Nemesis for long enough. And Los Ratones just didn't have the position, so Atacant easily picked up no contest on AV, and that is a big boon for them.
Mid lane tier 1 card before the enemy team could do the same, and Baus also collecting the bot lane tier 1, maybe getting one more wave because he usually plays greatly like that, but now with the voracious Atacant in Eevee's pockets, I'm pretty sure you don't go to contest the next break.
I think he's probably doing a great job if he just delays this Tristana from getting the buy and getting back on the map. In comes the Herald. Into mid lane, charging by Tokimo. And that turret is going to fall at the end of it. AV picking up the last outer wave, but they won't even get that as Noz is holding it down.
Yeah, I'd really love to see them try and do something on the map like what Velia is doing right now, just try and overload the top side, try to get something for the enemy's time, because otherwise you're just doing the neutral objective tourist stuff, as I like to call it, but that was on me.
Yeah, went for a little pick and ends up getting 4 members of AV crashing down on his head. It's the classic. There is the kill secured, gets some knock up, decent damage as well, but they have a wave to push in, and AV seem happy to keep this one rolling.
I mean, tier 2 as well, immediately decimated. Suddenly, Kilo will not be as tanky as it was to be.
Oh, look at the damage onto Nautilus. If we're talking damage, burst from Los Ratones catching the AV support, slipping, and are we going Baron off just a support kill, Reb?
I mean, not necessarily Baron, but you can threaten it here because look at the ultimates. You still have 3 very important ultimates, 1 that can secure the Baron and 2 that can zone the enemy jungler.
Archaeol's not gone towards the team. It's tried to catch up to Viego, but it's not found him as the Baron goes lower. It's going to go to the flip. Secured by Cho'Gath. The Bouse walks away with it. Afroboy, though, claims his soul and gets away alive. Los Ratones, they lose 1. They pick up the objective, but the fight's not quite done. Nemesis steps too far forward, locked up and shut down. Crowny now unleashed, gets a shutdown, but Relative is not to be trifled with. Velia running for the hills as this Victor is still feeling confident, goes golden. And the rest of Los Ratones, I think, have managed to break apart here. 2 for 1, and the Baron for the Rats. In from Relative, we had a big impact in that last fight. He's almost got the Rabadons down. Ratones picks it up, bounces here with the ultimate ready to go, but that Victor is still devastating. They need to keep it on track. Victor comes down, but the field is there in the retreat. Secures a soul for Los Ratones, and AV, all the control.
In their team, they found 1 pick, and instantly the whole tempo changes. I think, I'm not sure if he dies, but he loses so much HP here.
Oh, the Scion barely squeaks away as Bouse has been holding that tower rigger for a long time.
Oh, the kill!
Now is allowed to step away, the multi-knockups, the shield is there, the burn. Cannot take down Rakilio, and the Baron push continues. Victor is getting the shove on in mid lane, will be answered by Nemesis.
Oh, Nemesis, he finally completes his own Lord Dominguez regard, and even by the Riftmaker as well.
Huge gold ejections, huge power injections in the inventory, and Crowny leading the charge on this wave. My man has been waiting to play Lee for 25 minutes, and now they're letting him do it. He's got 3 items deep with the buffs.
With those turrets, they don't even have the majority of the grabs. They don't really care that the side lane is in a terrible spot. Look at top lane. Relative is always there, always pressuring, always calling for somebody to come there and answer his push. But they don't care because the moment somebody oversteps from the rest of his team, he's gonna get heavily punished.
Yeah, I am honestly really liking what I've seen from Relative in this first game. The team fights that he's there for have been massively impactful, and he's always picking up value on the map, crashing the waves, but has he overstayed his welcome? Trying to find this cross-map play. TP's coming in, the Malkail is there, but Velia steps back, doesn't quite get in range for the full knock-up, and Victor's not quite under threat just yet. Zokomo bashes him for the hook, only lands the front line. Afroboy there has to ult to safety, and the carries from Ratones have turned up for the party. AV now suddenly on the back foot. Once again, Afroboy desperately looking for something, but Crowny will chop him down without a second thought.
I mean, Crowny almost didn't get hit for the whole of this fight. Nemesis is also still full HP. Look at that bar. He also executes the enemy ADC. That's an ace.
I think Los Ratones are committing. They want to get this game won and done and dusted. Not mucking about with the risk of throws like we saw from them against Carmine Court Blue. They're trying to chop the waves down. The tower's the next target. Faust with all the HP in the world can tank this for days. And even though Relative is going to come off the fountain, it is not in time. Los Ratones splashing onto the fountain for style points as they secure the Game 1 victory.
Who cares about KDA? You just need to fight.
I was not expecting a Galio to show up this late into the matchup, but it does make sense. As a direct counter to the Gragas. He does have the magic resist shield. He has those defensive stats that...
Rob camps with Rocklo as well, covering off. So they will be able to pick up some camp for themselves uncontested. The Dragons so far ignored by Los Ratones, who are much more insistent on picking them up in that first game, and Hextech Soul paid massive dividends for them, especially for a mid-game comp like this. wonder if we'll see the Rats tend their down to get that objective before too long. See if they can't get themselves another win condition outside.
Yeah, they don't really have to do anything over there. For now, they have to just be wary. Relative was moving, and now he's getting punished.
Yeah. Here comes the ultimate. That's the Valkyrie already down, and the flash is there. Easy secure the first blood for the Pantheon.
Last cash out, getting the first Drake, making sure that it's completely disconnected from the second grab spawn. He should be the one running them up until the next Drake spawns. But
Kal's deep behind enemy lines, is going to get caught on ulted by Afroboy. Relative is there to lay the damage down, and Afroboy's going to pick up the credit. Okay, I mean, sure, it's a risk with such a high HP level. This does now leave Baus, force the TP into mid lane to hold it from Relative. Here comes round 2 on the dive. Who's going to take up that aggro? Rocklo doing good damage. Velia suffering, actually, has to drop the E, but falls. Rocklo flashes away.
Hello?
Crowdy as well. It's a mega botch in the bot side for Los Ratones. Lucky for them, Baus found a solo kill in mid.
I mean, yeah, he found the solo kill, and luckier as well, it's that Crowny dies to nothing, only the tower. That means that's an execute, and that means that it doesn't count. Ready to cover. There's not really much you can do, especially since his ultimate only got one person, and that person still has the flash, still has the ult. You can go so far away and create so much space. Now with that, you've given away full control of the Drake territory, and with that, I also think you're kind of giving up the first tower of the game, especially since Baus got that fabled one more wave in the top side, had the extra reset, and now with the Cosmic Drive, I'm pretty sure he has cooldowns for days.
Yeah, he's already solo killed Relative once. That Corky has to be careful. Down goes the first turret, secured for Los Ratones. Game 2, and they are off the starting block with 2 early dragons to kick this off as well. So one chance to track for another early soul if they can get that one down. Mid turret does fall. Maybe we'll pick up one of their own. Fine range, does he have the flash? There it is. Relative burns a summoner. Again, stays alive, and you're right, Baus is currently proxying to his heart's content. Has that bot tower already done. Sidesteps the Justice Punch. The footwork around the bot side. Tokumo is there, but does have the flash as well. They want to commit this one. They've got the 3 versus 1. Baus has already got the inner turret. It's worth more than his life, to be honest. It might just be a time-wasting exercise at this stage. The phase rush to safety. Oh, over the wall! And is he going to get to safety? He's almost out of mana, but Avi just don't have the damage in place to chase him all the way down, I fear. He's almost at the turret with the speed up from the feathers on the ground as well.
And creates so much space for his team in the top side. Nemesis collecting one more turret, and look at the gold lead right now as it's already ballooning over 2k, and there's still one more very important neutral in the top side.
Way up in objectives, move on to Hell right now, and this does feel like a much different sensation from game number 1. AV had a pretty solid early game that they lost control of as the game went on and let Ratones back into it, but this really feels like the NLC first seed is just in control from minute 1. All their plans are working out, and AV cannot get a foothold.
I mean, I feel like it's different but completely the same, because last game, again, EV had control in the early, finds themselves already in a place where they have almost outscaled the enemy team.
Yeah, they've got so much working in their favor. Dragon spawns as a Herald, crashes into mid lane. That's going to open up that last outer for Los Ratones as they rotate down to the Dragon, trying to get control of that vision. There's an opportunity for AV to look for a potential pincer angle here if Los Ratones are sloppy in the way they enter, but they're so strong and they're clearly ready to spoil for a fight. Relative loses the W. Already doesn't have the flash. Ginalt comes through. Afroboy can't get in range. A lovely Baus ultimate keeps him out at the Galio. Ult though is going to get good damage onto Crowny. He gets taunted up. The heal and the cleanse is there to keep him alive. And Baus threatening on the flank. AV do not want to step forward as LR are running for the hills. They've got the objective they wanted, and they don't lose a man for it. Up CC chained. It was a cleanse out and an E and a heal that had to be dropped to keep him there. He doesn't quite have the cleanse back up again. But if they can get Crowny off the board, it takes a lot of the sting out of that Los Ratones team fight, but it's hard to get onto the Reckless, never mind the Braum, as maybe they're going to attempt to play onto Velia instead. Nemesis drops the wall down, splits Relative up, and Tokumo left alone on the front line. No one to back him up, no one to help him out, as Noz has to flash away, sidesteps the Baus ultimate. Well done by the Jhin to keep himself safe, but now the Galio is the one abandoned in the 4 versus 1. A flash face plants into the wall, and it's a shutdown for Velia.
Fight, calm, collected. Nemesis did so much to split the enemy team into 2 or 3 spots, and that was more than enough for
Let's get the shield up for our boy right there. Atakan has been secured. We don't want to lose any of those buffs for free. Los Ratones, Brownie especially, still happy to throw out some... This one, for now, they have pulled the recall. Baus is on the flank right now, the TP's coming in too, they need to wait for Belly, he's got an ult to come in. Baus has found Nos! The Jin's been eliminated before the fight can even start, and now Los Ratones charging forward. They smell blood in the river. Crowny Ian forward, looks for Rocklow, can't find the kill, but near enough, and down goes the Drake Soul. Baus round the corner as well, farming waves while the fight's still going on. Relative should be able to escape, another E keeps him there. As the Baus withdrawal comes through, Afroboy isolated and taken down. Tokumo next on the docket, lovely knockback from Nemesis, secures it. And Los Ratones take everything, the Atakan, the Soul.
Los Ratones find everything on the map.
Wonderful passage of play for Los Ratones right
In the game. Look at the items. They're nowhere to be found. There are 2 items strong everywhere. And Ratones already have 3 items plus. Look at Baus. He once again does a favorite Baus special. He never completes the lost chapter. And he has almost 3 full items on top of that.
That is massive right here. The waves crashing into the towers. Baus and Nemesis on one side. Mid lane held up by the rest. Afroboy has a flank position, and Rocklow is trying to get a push going on bot side, trying to scrape some gold back off the map. This at the cost of multiple inhibs, and the Nexus could be under threat before too long.
I don't know if you can do something. This is your final stand. You have to commit right now, otherwise you just donezo.
Got to get in there. The towers are getting lower and lower. The Jin calls the curtain once again. Decent damage on the Brownie, but bounces in again. He lights the gas. And just like that, Los Ratones securing the last few kills. AV gave it their best, but they could not hold it. The Nexus ticking down. Barely still alive. Is it enough? In goes Rel. Relative on the Corki has to perform a hero's job. Tagged by the Q, and down they go. Yesterday was the setback for Los Ratones, and today is the bounce back.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.